Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. I'm going to be reviewing Jumper. It's going to be spoiler free. If you want a spoiler review, let me know in the comment section below. Now, Jumper stars Hayden Christensen, Jamie Bell, Samuel L. Jackson, Rachel Bilson, Michael Rooker, and Diane Lane, to say a few. Those are the ones that are of note, basically. Now, the writers of this movie, David Goyer, Jim Oles, and Simon Kinberg. Kinberg does some pretty good work. Doug Liman directed this movie. It's a good movie. Objectively, I would say it's a solid 4. Now, here's why. A lot of people would complain about the camera movements in this movie. It's not really a problem because of the chaotic nature of jumping or teleporting that they have in this movie. And so I'm not going to mark off points of that. But there are the green screen and the blue screen always seems to be imperfect in movies like this. Because or I've said it many times in reviews before, the green screen and blue screen lighting, you just can tell it's fake. But it was necessary in this movie, so I'm not going to give it too much. It's only going to take a point off. So objectively speaking, this movie is 4 out of 5. Subjectively, it's 5 out of 5, and moviegoer, it's 5 out of 5. That's all, folks. No, I'm just kidding. To give you an idea of what this movie is about, I'm not going to get too much into spoilers. Basically, there are jumpers and there are paladins. Now, you learn about the jumpers through small narration from Hayden Christensen and a scene from in a couple scenes from when he was a kid, 15. And he learns he could teleport after surviving a near-death experience by saving himself, by doing it. And he runs away. Everybody thinks he's dead. And whatnot. So, after practicing his little teleportation, well, as a 15-year-old, he decides to exploit it. And 8 years later, he gets caught. So, by the paladins, the people who hunt jumpers. So yeah, Samuel L. Jackson actually plays the villainous role in this movie, which is he plays a pretty interesting villain, but he also plays a smart villain. But he also plays Samuel L. Jackson too, so it's an interesting take. Now, Jamie Bell's character, the hardened warrior of the jumpers, because he's been hunting them because, well, he had traumatic run-in with them in his past. He plays a real asshole in this movie. And I gotta say, he does it well. Now, subjectively, like I said, 5 out of 5. His character, I would admittedly tone down in a couple of spots, but it would betray what his character is. So, honestly, if I were to do it, the movie would have been weaker. But other than that, this movie is a very good story. I think it's based on a comic book, but I'm not going to compare it because I've never read the comics. I'm not a comic person, people, I'm sorry. But other than that, this movie is very good, except for the blue screen, green screen. But if you can look past that or not even notice it, depending on how keen-eyed you are, you really shouldn't have a problem with this movie if you like these kind of movies. Honestly, I like it. And Hayden Christensen does a good job in this movie. Now, a lot of people critique his acting from Star Wars, but that's Star Wars. That's not a movie that's based in Earth, you know? So other than that, this movie was well done. I think that the story is a very good character arc for David, who was Hayden Christensen. And the story has a couple of pacing issues, but it's really not that bad. Other than that, yeah, it's 4 out of 5 because of pace or a couple of pacing issues and green screen and blue screen hiccups. But honestly, a couple of or just those two issues isn't enough to make this movie not good. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes slagged it at 15%. That's just stupid, and well, we all know that Rotten Tomatoes can't be trusted. But other than that, this movie is, I recommend it. And I think that you guys are going to like the action sequences in this movie. The chaotic nature of the camera is not going to be taken off of the score because that was actually by design. So, yeah, if you guys want to see a pretty cool movie that takes a sort of semi-realistic look at teleporting or a person's ability to do it, yeah, definitely check out Jumper. You can find it on Amazon, you can find it on most movie outlets. And yeah. Anyway, folks, that is going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. If you want a spoiler review of this movie, I will give you a spoiler review. But you got to put it down in the comments that you want to see it. And with that, folks, this has been Orange Hat Reviews. Catch you all on the next one. And stay humble.